They certainly do, and you love to have that, right? As a 2-2 squad who's shown a lot of promise over the last couple of boosts on the beaches, and now they're really rolling into their own, and we see if they can take care of business like it says that they should here. Now, we'll get to see a little bit of this series. Hopefully, we'll get to see all of it, but we'll see in just a bit. For me, Georgia State on paper, tell me why you think that they might perform well, because they are coming in with a sub. Dylan came in, but he was pretty spectacular day one.
Yeah, I mean, a sub who really isn't a sub for Georgia State. So this roster's gone through some changes in the last few weeks, taking out Buddy RV and putting in Dylan, who has been the sub for the last year or so, but has been playing a lot. I believe he's on 80 or 90 past 2 weeks. He is grinding the game, and he's ready for moments like these. And in his LAN debut, his main stage debut, he goes 4 for 8 against a solid team in USC, and that's a massive change of pace that put Georgia State on the path they're on right now.
Yeah, they've been performing against great teams, and even with that lack of experience coming in, well, they've gained that in day number 1, and they're going up against George Mason, though, who, again, we talk about Titanium and Joshua, the chemistry they've had back at Nova when they won a national championship, and they're going to try to convert it here to this event for the first time. Going 0-4 is not acceptable for this squad, and I think we'll see a sneak peek of that against Georgia State here.
Yeah, George Mason, obviously the defending champions of Boost on the Beach 23, and they've looked solid. They've gone to game 3s, but they just cannot seem to find that final piece. But now we get a group match that was one of mine to watch. I thought this was going to be the 2-2 match for both sides, but George Mason just looking to get any sort of momentum going in to round 1 of playoffs.
And then anything can happen. It's just like in traditional sports, right? And look, as Monk will kick us off here. So Georgia State showing us why they got the couple wins yesterday, as that was a quick conversion.
And you're going to find it off the wheels of Shady, somebody who's not normally the passer of this team, but with Dylan coming in, their dynamic has changed a little bit. So Shady, being an insanely mechanical 2K MMR player, now he can use that to create opportunities and let his boys do the rest of the work.
Right now, George Mason finds themselves in a similar situation, which is unfortunately behind, although they do get a shot off there, but Georgia State with a big save here. And Devin will be forced off his back wall, left for it. Titanium took a shot, but the Georgia State defense was ready for it.
And this match is going to be just scrummy. It's going to be grimy. We're going to see bumps and demos on every side of the pitch, no matter who's on offense or defense. And we're going to see close shots. That's a wide open net that Titanium can't find.
Oh, man, it's been the moral of the story. It's been raining. It's been boring for George Mason this weekend. I think if I just one goal, start building off of something. Titanium was trying to find it, but that's before he's shut down by Monk, and yet again they find themselves in their own half. Although they transition, it's only temporary.
And now Monk, last man back, have to take a demo for this clear, but Shady already up, getting a nice redirect. It's going to force a double commit out from George Mason. And now slight touch to keep it going. Shady's beat, Dylan's beat, Monk's last man back. It's a wide open net, but Shady comes out of nowhere for the save.
Great recovery speed here. Look out, shot taken again. Devin will equalize in 1 here with a great answer for George Mason.
A massive fight back for George Mason. They've done this all weekend. It's these 1-goal games, these overtimes that they just haven't put together, and so far everything's looking good, but we still got to find that next goal.
Gotta keep with it, gotta keep the foot on the pedal. See if they can draw up anything quickly. George Mason was already on it. Dylan, the super sub, quote unquote. And he really settled into this role here, and will settle things down here for Georgia State after George Mason got that goal. The last thing you want to do is surrender that lead right off the bat.
Yeah, and he has played with such an incredible amount of poise, and the Georgia State roster has gained that with the more lands they've gone to. George Mason, obviously a story team with plenty of lands and LAN wins, but GSU, their second LAN ever as a team, and Dylan's first as a player ever. And so they have so much more to prove, and they've got to make plays like that. What a save.
Titanium trying to be that striker we know we saw in day 1. We saw it last year, but Georgia State's been up for the answer here too. Shady left it off that back wall, but Dylan couldn't quite find the shot here, and Joshua off the back wall himself. Only marches it out to the center field. It's relatively open now. Shady's got some room to work with as well. Shot taken, but Titanium up for the challenge again defensively.
Anytime that you see Shady with the ball, it is so incredibly dangerous. But, I mean, unfortunately, we will not get the chance to cast much of this, and Bearlight will just have to kind of let the boys play.
Listen, it's an awesome, exciting experience here. This matchup is pretty hot right now, 1-1. You'll still be able to see it, but we have some words going on from the hangout here in Myrtle Beach. You guys, take it away.